welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is doing great, and I hope you are liking the Rajasthan series. It's very close to my heart, and I hope I've edited it well. So खुद करना पड़े थोड़ा time लग जाता है. Anyways, I hope you are enjoying it, and today's, as you must have seen in the timeline, we are going to talk about the key highlights of budget. So it will be a short little video. I would just highlight the points. In this PPT, I would mention my friend Devendra Jain, who has helped me a lot. Actually, the total is his idea, but he wanted me to present it before you all guys. I hope you all like it, and if you want any suggestion, you can please put it in the comment section below. And most importantly, subscribe. It's free. So discussing the individual taxpayers having income up to 5 lakh will get full tax rebate and therefore will not be required to pay any income tax. Like जो अपना reading it further, उसकी conditions क्या क्या है. Income tax should be a resident individual. Obviously NRI को ये applicable है. NR, that is non-Indian, non-resident you can say. Then उनको this is not applicable or not beneficial. Then next is that income should be up to 5 lakh, only up to 5 lakh. 1 rupee above that, then the exemption is 1. So yes, then limit specified under section 87A as increased up to 12,500, as I mentioned earlier. Then it implies that tax of income below 12,500, मतलब if you have an income of 5 lakh and uska tax calculation or any amount of income and uska tax calculation comes up to 5 lakh, tax comes below 12,500 and they are not liable to pay tax. Whereas when it is just above 1 rupee also, like 1 rupee above 12,500 the tax amount, then they are liable to pay full tax. ऐसे नहीं है कि suppose 13,000 tax आ गया और फिर उसमें से 12,500 is exempt, so you have to just pay 500. No, you have to pay full 13,000. So that's the difference in things. Then secondly, we can say that the common benefit under chapter 6A and limit of interest on housing loan and individual loan can be claimed as an exempt income up to rupees 10 lakh. कैसे? देखो 5 लाख तक आपको रिबेट अवेलेबल है, फिर 5 लाख to 6.5 lakh you have ATC का डिडक्शंस, and then 6.5 lakh to 7 lakh you have is salary person 50,000 का स्टैंडर्ड डिडक्शन दिया उन्होंने आपको, as I've mentioned in the key highlights. Then 7.5 lakh to 9.5 lakh इंटरेस्ट ऑन हाउसिंग लोन का डिडक्शन ले सकते हैं. Sorry, I skipped 7 lakh to 7.5 lakh, where 50,000 ka investment goes for NPC. Then 7.5 to 9.5, the interest on the housing loan can be claimed. And then 9.5 to 9.7 lakh is if medical insurance premium is paid. If you analyze it total, if you take all the investments and if you make all your investments right, you're gonna get up to 10 lakh your income will be exempt. And if I've spoken up too fast, I'm going to attach this PPT in the description below. Please go and check this out. It will be beneficial for you and invest accordingly. So most of the clients are going to ask you about how should I start investing. अभी अपना returns file करने का time आ रहा है, this and that. So just guide them through and this would be beneficial. Then next, coming to TDS threshold of interest earned on bank or post office deposits is being raised to 10,000. Is raised from 10,000 to 40,000. So 10,000 था, 40,000 कर दिया. Then this will benefit for small depositors and non-working spouse जो अपने घर का थोड़ा बहुत बचत करके डालती है. So that is going to beneficial for them. It's also very good because when जब उन्होंने नोटबंदी लाया था तो it was like many women also deposited their savings into account. It was like 10,000 के ऊपर गया तो उनका TDS डिडक्ट होता था. then they have this thing कि बैंक में क्यों deposit करें अगर उसका TDS कट हो रहा है. So this is one of the initiatives so that women can also start depositing. उनको आदत लगे to use banks as use saving accounts instead of keeping it in some rice cupboard. Then this will benefit small depositors, I have mentioned. Further, the TDS threshold of deduction of tax on rent is proposed to be increased from 1,80,000 to 2,40,000 for providing for relief of small taxpayer. Proposed किया है. Let's see. Then coming to TDS का above thing, it also implies that the limit of deducting TDS is increased and deduct जहाँ पे होता है TDS वो increase हुआ है 40,000. But limit under section 80 TTA, that is where you get the deduction, is still 10,000. So वहाँ पे कोई नहीं, तुम्हारा 10,000 तक चार्ज नहीं होगा. But TDS के लिए it's good ना. You always look at the positives. So currently, the next point, currently income tax on notional rent is payable if one or more than one house is self-occupied. So what we do is अगर दो घर है तो one we consider as self-occupied, the other is let out. So अभी वैसा चल रहा है. Considering the difficulty of middle class people, most of the time they have two houses, having to maintain family at two locations on account of their jobs, education जैसे हमारा है पुणे नासिक, so education and care of parents, elderly parents के लिए they take a retirement house, तो उस हिसाब से. So they are proposing to exempt levy of income tax on notional rent on the second self-occupied house. So what they have done is कि जो notional rent अपन assume करते हैं as a let out treat करके, they have proposed कि वो notional rent exempt हो. बहुत simple होगा. Now the two owned properties can be claimed as self-occupied, correct? But this does not imply that the limit of interest on housing loan will be 4 lakh. Housing loan का एक ही मिलेगा. The limit for interest of housing loan is not touched and it's still 2 lakh in total. तो दोनों का मिला के आपका अगर 2 लाख का जा रहा है तो ये आपको मिलेगा. I mean दोनों का मिला के 2 लाख मिलेगा. ऐसे नहीं कि एक वापस उन्होंने हाउस प्रॉपर्टी डिक्लेयर किया तो उसका ऐड करके 4 लाख होगा. So I hope you guys like this small little video on key highlights. So I've put this PPT in the description box. Go and just check it out. Any doubts, comment it in the below, and until we meet, love.